We're still in Manassas, Virginia, and we heard that there was another fan cave close by, and we must be in the right spot, because take a look at this. Super Bowl 52 champs, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go check out his fan cave.
Philly Fan Caves with the Philly Sports Guy.
Ed.
Hey man, how you doing? Pleased to meet you.
I heard that you have a fan cave here.
I do.
Perfect. Let's go take a look.
Alrighty, let's do that.
I have this one hanging in my office.
Right. The old one, yeah. That's some of the stuff, like, some of the more valuable stuff to me is because my family members give me stuff like that.
Wow, look at this. This is a great spot. Very Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers. This is some fantastic stuff. And I'm being a big Flyers fan and Phillies fan. I can appreciate all this stuff. But he's got stuff over here from all different types of Philly teams, like the original Philadelphia Wings.
Yep.
Some of the old mugs from the Phillies. Everybody knows Michael Jack, T.O., Big E, Eric Lindros, Schultz, Barber. Oh, Reggie Leach.
Yeah, like 74 they put them out. They're called stand-ups. Each team had a set of 5, I think it was.
Gotcha. Hats up top, pennants from 2008. Hold on, let me see if I can find me. Hold on, does this? Oh, it's not a phone. I was right there.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
All right, and you had better seats than me, because I'm like right by the P.
Awesome.
My son and I.
Me, it was a birthday present from the mother of my children.
Right.
And it was my birthday, and she was 9 months pregnant and took me to this game, both halves of the game.
Right, yeah.
My kid came out trying to say, let's go Philly.
Excellent. My grandmother passed away. When I was a kid, I thought Philadelphia had 2 teams, the Phillies and the Sons of Bitches, right? That she did get to see him win a World Series in her lifetime, and she got me that. So that's a special pennant right there. For all the years that she's been a fan from the A's forward with Connie Mack and Shibe Park, she got to see the Phillies win a World Series, her and my father. To make the story even worse, the reason I dropped as much money as I did on my tickets was I was stationed at Cherry Point, and my TV blew up in the 8th inning. And there was no way in the world that I was going to miss the Phillies winning a World Series. So I told my wife to figure out how much it would cost for her to divorce me. Subtract $1 from that and don't spend any more than that, but get me 2 tickets in the building for Game 5. 2 acts, it was up on Monday, home on Tuesday, up on Wednesday, home Thursday morning because I had to be at work, and the whole family with grandkids included drove up Friday again for the parade.
The Philadelphia Adams.
The Adams, yeah, was an original soccer team. Yeah.
That was like the outdoor.
Yeah, it was outdoor soccer.
See, I remember the Fury.
Right.
So the Adams had to have been before the Fury.
Right. This is an older set. Yeah, because there's the Philadelphia Bell.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't the girls, was it? Or
no, it was.
That was the the semi-pro team.
Yeah. Yep.
So I see you got Jaws. You got a signed Jaws jersey.
I got a signed Jaws.
Carmichael. Yeah. He's my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. 4 greats up top there.
Right. Yeah. Include McNabb, but if
he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? I'm full support of him.
If it weren't for Andy Reid, we would have had more Super Bowls, and he would have been in the Hall of Fame. If he would have ran on 3rd down and gave him at least 1 TO type receiver throughout the time he were there, we would have had more Super Bowls. But everything we got to hear every year is how much more seasoned our receiving core was.
Right.
Well, we're not seasoned in meat. We're trying to win football.
Exactly.
And every year.
Exactly.
You
ain't going to win with James Thrash.
No.
You know what I mean? You're just not going to do it.
Right. He was so good. We had him twice.
Yeah. And of course, his time management was just aces.
But yeah. So I'm never going to miss Andy Reid.
What got you into becoming a Philadelphia sports fan?
It's kind of family and friends. I grew up that way in the family. My uncles and my father. You'd be at a picnic and there'd be a Phillies game on the radio, or nobody missed an Eagles game, and it just kind of expanded from there. I joined the Marine Corps, and I'd always go home for and I'd always incorporate a sporting event. We'd go to an Eagles game or a Flyers game, and that was my way to stay in touch with friends. So you get this little tchotchke from a friend, from at a tailgate, and you hang it on the wall. And so it's always been my connection with friends and family. Has always been Philadelphia sports, and it's probably not unlike most Philadelphia sports fans. The thing that people don't really get about us is how family and friend like it is. How that community is so interwoven over something as simple and silly as a good tailgate and a good football game. Philly's sports fan is passionate, they're family-like, and they're threateningly knowledgeable about not just our team, but we're threateningly knowledgeable about the sport and your team. I think Philadelphia fans intimidate a lot of folks with our passion and our knowledge, more so than throwing snowballs at Santa Claus or so. But that's that's what a Philly sports fan is, to me, and that's the kind of folks that I'm interwoven with, whether it's my friends in the tailgate over in the P2 parking lot. If you're ever around there, you have to hit P2. It's a great big thing, and it's a town thing, so you'll see for a playoff game you might see over 100 folks, but it's all interwoven around a bunch of guys that grew up in a small town at the foot of the bridge. So, so if I'd recommend you go over and see Lou and the folks at P2, and you kind of get a flavor, at least where I grew up, how Philadelphia sports is interwoven into the community.
Seeing all this old Flyer stuff, I used to have it all in my room growing up, and it was
right.
Those are some of the awesome things.
Interesting you should say that. When my son was young, my wife takes him to Bethesda, and he's young, and it's like, well, he's not paying attention in school and this and that, and he's like, oh, well, he might have ADD. We'll put him on this, we'll put him on that, and all that. So my wife's like hell bent that this doctor says this, and this is her kid. She wants to take care of him, and I get it. So okay, hey Ed, what was the score in the Flyers game on Monday? It was who scored, who assisted, boom, 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 and he reads it all. He just rattles it right off. I said, "Are we okay?" And something as silly as that, she went, "Yep, we're good. He's just not challenged." So other than that, yeah.
Hey, hey, I know all about it. I have ADD myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just I'm good at knowing like all the different stats and the figures and everything. I used to play little games with pencils, where I would have the Flyers versus the Rangers most of the time. Of course, the Flyers always won, but it was I was always changing the score. It was because I would roll a pencil and it was 0, 1, and 2. And instead of doing any of my classwork, that's what I was doing. I was playing games.
I can't say I'm unlike you.
There you go. That's that military. Here we have I'm assuming that you were a gunny sergeant.
I was.
He was a gunny sergeant in the Marines. He's been retired for 20 years. But being a Navy guy myself, I know what it was like dealing with these pains. Because they would be on our ship, switching out every 4 or 5 days. Switching out to get a new batch of Marines that came on, and we thought it was tough with 3 hots and a cot. You guys had 4.
Right. Well, I thought it was just because you guys needed somebody to dance with. I don't know.
Yeah, we danced a lot. We danced so much they had to set up a whole little boxing ring because we got along so great together.
The smokers and everything. Yeah, you're right.
So, Ed, I appreciate you inviting me down to your fan cave. It really is a fantastic spot. Everything looks great in here. It's just missing one thing. Philly Sports Guy, fan cave approved.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks. Great.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit like. If you want to see more Philly Sports Guy, subscribe. Go Birds! Hey, Birds fans, come join me every Monday night at the Chelsea Tavern, 821 North Market Street, Wilmington, Delaware, for Birds Breakdown. We will discuss the previous game, talk about our next opponent, have Eagles trivia, giveaways, special guests, and a chance to win 2 tickets and tailgate to the Eagles-Redskins game in December. Doors open at 7 p.m. $5 entry buys you your first beer. Specials include $10 Miller Lite buckets, $5 Flying Fish Go Birds pounders, half-price burgers and wings, and of course, all the Philly Sports Guy you can handle. So, come check us out for Birds Breakdown every Monday night at the Chelsea Tavern. Go Birds! Hey Birds fans, I gotta tell you about this sports raffle that's benefiting the Headstrong Foundation. The winner of this raffle is gonna win 2 season tickets. To what team, you ask? To all of them! That's right, you win 2 tickets to each home game of the Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Union, Wings, and of course our Birds! Yeah! Tickets are $20 and they benefit the Headstrong Foundation, helping families with loved ones fighting cancer. You can purchase tickets through Venmo at Head-Strong or go to their website at headstrong.org. The drawing happens October 6th, so you make sure you get your chance to win 420 tickets to all your favorite Philly teams. And tell them the Philly Sports Guy sent you. Go Birds!